Jordan here, and today we've got another video for you guys. And today we've got the Bombardier Q400. Now, first of all, we have 41 liveries, which is frankly too many liveries. However, because of that, we're gonna try a new process in order to get through this a lot faster. So Miles ended up doing a lot of these liveries, like most of them, if all. So, yeah. So let's begin the tour of the aircraft, shall we? So, here's the nose of the aircraft. It took a little while to finally get it to level we work with, and I know the shading is a little different. It's I like the effect. It looks nice. We've got the nose, which took a little while to actually kind of get to a design we like. We've got the L1 exit prop right here, which again took a lot of engineering to get to a point where we're happy with. You got the engine, the landing gear, which retracts into the engine, the wing, and we've also got the wing box on top of the aircraft as well. You got the horizontal stabilizer, which has this one part of it that extends out very far onto the fuselage. We also have airfoil extensions on the bottom of the fuselage, as well as some details on the left side of the aircraft. I do believe that's for the cargo hold, and it's not on this side, so yeah. We've also got the rear of the aircraft and the stabilizers. So here's the horizontal stabilizers, here's the vertical stabilizer / rudder. On the interior of the aircraft, we can check out some of the details. So we have a little lavatory right here and seating. Now, I'm pretty sure all the Q400s have at least all economy because, I mean, let's be real here, you don't need business class on this. So, alright, in the cockpit of the aircraft, as you can see, we have the new models and models and texturing that we ended up making. So here's the throttle quadrant that I modeled, and here's the yoke that we have. So as you can see, I don't have a lot of space, so we just had to use this banner as our seat because, you know, it's a small cockpit, it's not a lot of space. But here's our yokes for the aircraft throttle quadrant. Again, we're very well aware that this is a 737 throttle quadrant, not a Q400. We're looking to make more variants later. Just sit tight. That's mostly all we have. I mean, here's the engine, here's the exhaust of the engine, and there's just the details for that. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have for the base Q400. Now let's start the liveries. Our first livery for the Q400 is the house livery. Now I want to kind of make this clear with all of our liveries. Some of them have the exact same interior as the other aircraft, so there's no point in showing the interior on that, so I'll literally just show two parts of it and say, got a blast! Here's the base livery. It says Q400 right here, and they have a blue stripe that goes all the way up, and it's on the engines too, and then it's just like, does it say Bombardier or Q400 on the tail? I think it says Q400.
It just says Q.
It's a little stupid. Our next one right here is Porter, which operates in the northeast of the United States and Canada. So, yeah. They also have a raccoon as their, like, animal, I guess. So the front of the aircraft is blue text. It says Porter. The underbelly is gray. Porter.com, whatever on the engines. And on the stabilizer, it's basically Porter spelled out hundreds of times in different colors. So, Porter. We also have the registration right here. And on the interior of the aircraft, as you can see, I do think they have, like, a little bit of a business. So, yeah, premium economy, and then just regular economy. Very nice customer experience, though. So next over right here is WestJet Encore, and it's just a complimentary aircraft to the 737s, 767s, and soon-to-be 787s. No need to show the interior. We have already shown it before, so yeah. Here's the stabilizer livery by Miles, and as you can see, it's just the WestJet logo, and it says WestJet on the engines, and it states WestJet on the fuselage. Again, like I said, no point in showing the interior, because, I mean, it's the same as the base, so yeah! Alright, so the next livery I have right here is the Flybe purple livery. There's no point in showing the interior as it's insanely similar to all the other ones you've shown, and I kind of want to save time because we have 41 freaking liveries to do. The only real difference between this livery is that the colors are different and that the Flybe text doesn't go all the way across the fuselage. It's mostly just contained with the stabilizer, and they also have this mix of gold and red on the aft of the aircraft. But other than that, it's not that much different with the different colors, but it is a very special livery. Now, I know this is a little bit difficult to see, but here's the fly and there's the B. So next livery right here is Air Baltic, which is a European airline which operates the 737 and 757 on seasonal routes, as well as the CS series and the Q400. So, oh yeah, this is right. This is supposed to be gray. Nice job. So here's the stabilizer. It's green. It just states Air Baltic. There's no real point in showing the interior. It's insanely similar to all the other ones, and it states Air Baltic on the fuselage as well as that, and it also says Air Baltic right here on the engines. So yeah, pretty nice view. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty nice livery. It's plain, it's simple, and I like it. Air Baltic starting it. Our next livery is United Express because pigs can't shut up about it. Now, United Express, it's basically just, you know, a branch of their, you know, regional services. So flies between their hubs and their lower dense cities, and yeah, it's overall pretty well. Did we do an interior? Yeah, I think we did. So as you can see, it's just the stripe. Here's the underbelly, engine, stabilizer, and, you know, just states United Express on the fuselage. Again, no real point in showing the interior. It's like the exact same thing. Our next livery is the new Alaska Airlines livery, so operated by Horizon. Alaska just started putting this livery on their Q400s, although I do think they're going to be phasing out the Q400s relatively soon, so kind of an awkward moment right there. Yeah, no point showing the interior again, because it's like the same thing all around, but as you can see, it's basically Alaska's newest livery slapped on a Q400, so this Chester with the details of the livery, the sloping lines. They also have the design on the engine, which looks very cool. And it just says Alaska, and then it's operated by Horizon right there. So yeah, Alaska Airlines in the new livery. Our next livery right here is Qantas Lights, represent our Australian viewers. So yeah, here you go, guys. So it just says Qantas Link right there, and on the stabilizer we have the very iconic Wallaby. Yeah, as you can see, we also have a little decal right there, the front of the aircraft. On the interior, again, no real point in showing that, it's like the same thing. But blades, we also have a little part of the red from the Qantas stabilizer on the engine, but the rest of it's white, and it's overall pretty dang looking livery. Qantas, yeah. Nice. I'm looking at the list of liveries because I have the list next to me. We still have a lot to go through. I'm going to start speeding up this process. I'm literally going to say what the livery is, do like a little 2-sentence summarization of the airline, and then move on. So, yeah. So here's the Philippines livery. No need to show the interior. They fly in the Philippines. They have a pretty cool livery. They operate some 777s. That's also nice. They operated the 74 for a little bit. So, yeah, there's the stabilizer. It says the Philippines right there. The Philippines. Just Philippines. The next livery right here is Flybe, only this time it's not purple. So yeah, livery by Miles is just an adaptation of the previous livery. This is their more common livery, flies around Europe. Overall, pretty good livery. No need to show the interior as it's the exact same as the previous one. It also says Flybe right there. I'm sorry, it says faster than by road or rail, which is nice, cool, yeah, dang. And the Flybe text, where it says fly and then B, as in Barry Benson the Bee. Our next livery right here is Ethiopian, which operates some Q400s to operate their lower dense routes. Pretty cool livery. They fly in Africa and Ethiopia. Surprise, surprise. So on the text it says Ethiopian. And then we have the stabilizer detail right there. It's basically the Ethiopian livery just slapped on a Q400. No need to show the interior again. It's like the exact same thing, but it is a pretty nice looking livery. So yeah, Ethiopian. Cool. Our next one right here is Air Canada Express and their new livery. As we all know, they recently updated their livery. As you see, the stabilizer detail, it goes up pretty far for the black decal and paint. But we have the leaf of Air Canada on the stabilizer. We have the mask, which is very hard to get in a scale this small, but we tried. We have the black underbelly for the aircraft as well. White engines, that was always a cool little thing. And it states Air Canada Express on the fuselage. And we also have the maple leaf on the, I think it's maple leaf, whatever. And we have the leaf on the underbelly. Not underbelly, but on the side. Yeah, whatever. Deal. Cool. Okay, so from me watching this quick tutorial on how to pronounce this, I think it's Viderua. Nope, I don't think that's right. Let me just turn on the text-to-speech right here.
Viderua.
Alright, it's either that or...
Widera.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to repeat that because I've got a track history of not being able to pronounce this aircraft, this airline. So this airline flies around the Norwegian area. Potato has flown on them a couple times. They're pretty cool. I like their livery. And they've ordered the E2 to complement this aircraft. As you can see, the green details on the aircraft, slope down and everything else. Overall, really cool looking livery. And yeah. Our next livery right here is Air Berlin. Yeah, as we all know, this airline went out of service recently, but we still recreated it. So here's the Air Berlin underbelly, Air Berlin tail. Details, the engines, which are all red. On the interior, yeah, it's the exact same, whatever. States Air Berlin on the fuselage right there, and on the underbelly, it's airberlin.com. Yeah, here's the aircraft. I'm not really sure what's going to happen to these aircraft, or who they're going to, but all I know is Air Berlin's gone, so RIP. Our next livery is Brussels, which is also a European carrier, which flies the Q400 because the Q400 is very popular with European regional airlines, as it's very efficient. So yeah, Brussels livery, no need to show the interior, as you already know what it looks like. There's the fuselage, it has this little gray on the underbelly part of it, and the stabilizer detail, which looks pretty nice actually, yeah. Next livery is the Austrian Eros, which is the regional department of the of Austrian Airlines. So as you've guessed it, surprise surprise, they fly in Austria. Also flies around the major cities of Europe, delivering passengers to and from hubs and everything else. Livery by Miles, overall looks really nice. They have a blue underbelly, the Austrian tail, and blue engines. So yeah. Now this aircraft actually does have a different interior for once, as you can see. So it's set custom to the Austrian interior, which the seats are very similar to our original layout. But our next one right here is Autopilot Airways, or ANA. Now I do believe these guys are still flying this aircraft. I could be wrong, but I think they are. So here's livery made by Miles. They fly around the regions of Japan, linking passengers to and between hubs and whatnot. So yeah, it just says ANA right there, the very iconic ANA livery, and then just states ANA on the stabilizer. No need to show the interior, it's like the exact same thing. So wait a minute, I see something different, actually. Ah, it's not the exact same thing. It's different color seats in the exact same layout. What a surprise. So, yeah, underbelly is a little gray right there. We've got the rest of the livery. So, next livery is Scandinavian Airlines, or SAS, one of Juno Potatohead's favorite airlines, and I see why. Outstanding looking livery. So, yeah, aircraft is all gray, and it states Scandinavian, Scandinavian Airlines right there. We have red engines, which also states Scandinavian, but it's kind of difficult to do that in this scale. It's very small. We also have the SAS on the stabilizer. Again, it's a very small scale. We don't have a lot of space to incorporate that, but overall, pretty cool looking livery. Next livery is MacLeod, or MacLeod, whatever it's pronounced. Livery by Miles. Again, another European. I'm sorry, isn't this like more Ukrainian?
Yeah, more like Ukrainian.
So yeah, they have a blue nose cone, and then they have the text of the airline right there, and then they have the very cool looking stabilizer decals at the aft of the aircraft. So yeah, here's the airline. Next livery, we have Olympic. Yeah, livery by Miles, flies in Europe because yeah, it's a Greek airline. So Greek, blue, says Olympic. They also have like the Olympic logo on the tail, which looks really cool. Nice, good job. Next livery is Luxair. They fly in Europe around Luxembourg and all those cool dank cities. So yeah, nice looking livery. They also fly the 737, which is a nice compliment to this aircraft. Livery by Miles, as you can see on the stabilizer, it's like the exact same livery just slapped on a Q400. And, yeah, Frontier. I think they retired these aircraft and they now just fly Airbus A320s at this point. But, yeah, there was a time when they did fly regional, such as the Q400. Frontier text, and then it's just like Frontier, a whole new different animal. No, it's just like a whole different animal on the text right there. I think that's I don't even know what animal that is.
It's a seal.
Okay, that doesn't not, it's a pretty stupid looking seal.
Shh.
Other than that, Frontier, they have full green engines, but we don't have textures for that yet, so we have to deal with it. But yeah, Frontier, a whole new animal, a whole different animal. Who cares? Whatever, it's an animal. Next livery, LOT, or LOT, a Polish airline. Yeah, we got the LOT decal on the stabilizer. Don't have a lot of room to put the full details, but that's what we can get. It says LOT right there, and it's a Polish airline. Compliments their new 737 MAX on new routes, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, LOT. Next livery, ANA. This is their EcoSky's livery, which is basically the ANA livery. No need to go over it. It's just like make the ANA colors, only it's green. So, yeah, it's ANA, but it's green, and it's EcoSky's. What a jazz. Next livery, Horizon Air. This is before the Alaska. No, they were working with Alaska. It's just no, I'm sorry, this is before the merger. Here's a Horizon livery for the Q400. At this point in time, this is no longer in service as they're all being repainted into the new livery or have the Alaska livery on them. So yeah, but it's basically very similar to the Alaska livery. It just is brown, says Horizon, and it has the details.
It has an interior
Stabilizer for that. On the interior of the aircraft, it's actually brown. So yeah, overall pretty nice looking interior though, and they have details on the stabilizer, and they have the engine painted as well. So here's Horizon. Mateo has flown in this aircraft a lot and hasn't shut up about it. Next over, Horizon Air Comfortably Greener, which is basically a whole green plane for Horizon, because they like you to be green and comfortable. Nice. So it's yeah, it's green to support that we're nice to the environment. Fly us, please. Thank. Next over, Air Tanzania, which truth be told, I don't know jack about this airline. Miles painted it, so yeah, if you know about this airline, type in the comments about it. Cool, I'm proud of you. There's also a giraffe on the tail. I like that. It's like Melman from that Madagascar movie. Next over right here, we have the Q400 MR, a water bomber aircraft, which is, guess what? Used to put out fires. So, now this is an aircraft we're actually going to show the interior with. So as you can see, it's completely different, and they actually have a water tank right here for the, water the aircraft, which is a pretty cool feature. So, as you know, when you have a big bad boy fire, because your memes and mixtape was too hot, you can put it out with this airplane. Next livery, we don't necessarily know anything about it. We do know that its name is QAZAQ, and yeah, I don't know much more about that. The aircraft does have an interior though, so as you can see, it's just slightly different. Blue seats with a silverish headrest. So yeah, pretty nice looking livery though. If you know anything about this livery or airline, comment down below in the comment section. Next to me, Island Air, which flies between the islands of Hawaii, and yeah, they're pretty cool. They didn't go out of business like that other airline, I think, or did they? I don't know. I need to check. There's the stabilizer, which looks pretty nice. It's very colorful. Looks like paint. It probably is paint.
It's 3 hummingbirds stacked on top of each other.
Oh. Tweet, tweet. Next livery we have is Japan Air Commuter, livery by Miles, because guess what? It commutes people around Japan, because guess what? There's a market for that. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Very simple, kind of basic livery, but no need to show more of it off as it's just white and it's just a Japan Air commuter. Really nice. Yeah, cool, whatever. Next livery, Jumbo Jet. Really nice looking livery. They have purple on the stabilizer, which is a really cool feature. I like that. Looks really nice. Yeah. Also, purple on the engines, and it says Jumbo Jet on the fuselage. So overall, really cool looking livery, and yeah. Next livery, South African Airways. This is in their old livery. I do think they still fly the Q400. Could be wrong though. It's really nice though. They fly in, you guessed it, the region of South Africa to connect people to and from hubs. Yeah, not much else to show about this livery. It's just South Africa. They just slap the South African livery onto a Q400, and bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Next livery, SATA, which said by Miles literally 3 seconds ago is that other Spanish airline, so yeah, deal with it. They have a cool looking bird design on the front of the aircraft as well as the stabilizer, and I do believe they operate a good mixed fleet of other Boeing and Airbus aircraft, so it's pretty nice, pretty nice. Next livery, Eurolot, which is a livery, as you guessed it, in Europe, livery by Miles, and it says Eurolot right there, and they have a really cool looking decal on the stabilizer right there, so overall, Eurolot looks nice, flies in Europe, cool, cat, nice. Next livery, Lamb Mung. Okay, you know, I'm not pronouncing that. This is our next livery. Not pronouncing all of that, but as you can see, pretty cool looking livery, nice.
LAM Mozambique Airlines.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah, livery by Miles. We actually forgot the name of this airline. Had to spend like a good 20 minutes researching to find it again, but yeah. It has an interior, as you can see. Seats are just a different color, so yeah, nothing else more about this livery. Yeah. Next livery, SpiceJet, flies around the Indian and Asian region. They are a pretty big operator of the 737 MAX as well as part of like the big airline group. They own a lot of different aircraft branches like in subsidies. Really cool looking livery though. They have a nice detail on the stabilizer right there, and it just says SpiceJet on the fuselage. I think they're ordering more Q400s though. That's a cool thing. So yeah. Next livery, Cultura Airlines, which I'm assuming that's more of a Eastern
Russian.
I was gonna say Eastern European if you let me finish, you rat! So it's a Russian airline which, as you guessed it, flies around Russia, transport people to and from hubs and cities and domestic whatever. And yeah, they fly the Q400. Really cool looking design on the stabilizer right there, and the engines are all blue as well as the text right there. Livery by Miles looks nice. Next will be Croatia Airlines. They fly around Europe. They also fly to some pretty nice cities around Europe and the regions surrounding it. So yeah, livery by Miles again. As you can see, just says Croatia on the fuselage right there. Blue underbelly, no paint on the engines, and then we have the detail for the stabilizer right there. So yeah, Croatia. And our final livery is Air Iceland in livery by Miles, and as you guessed it, flies around Iceland, transport people to and from hubs, and all the other jazz. So yeah, that's our final livery for today. Now I kind of want to apologize. I know that we had to rush through a lot of these liveries, but when you have 41 liveries and you try to squeeze that in, I don't want to. It's a pain. Miles can go get hit by a bus at this point for doing all these liveries. So yeah, I'm out of breath. Go get hit by a bus. Anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Smack that like button for more Minecraft Madness, and check out all my other videos and subscribe for cool stuff like this. A tutorial on this aircraft is coming, as well as the CRJ series. So yeah. Anyway, I'm Jordan. Thanks for watching.